ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we will continue with our reading from Nectar of Devotion, and today where is the link? Nectar of Devotion. Samrita. All right. So we have been discussing. We discussed what are the characteristics of pure devotional service. Yes.
gives immediate relief from material distress.
Immediate relief from material distress. Jai Hari Bol. What else? Yes, any other characteristics? Any other characteristics?
So it is the only one, and only one means to attract Lord Krishna to the devotee.
Okay. What else?
Attraction to Krishna.
Okay.
It gives the transcendental pleasure.
Transcendental pleasure. Okay. What else?
It is very
All
auspicious.
auspicious.
It is all auspicious. Okay. What
Pure
else?
service derived conception of liberation.
Okay.
And also, it removes the avidya.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's park the characteristics for a few moments. What is the definition of pure devotional service? As defined here by Srila Prabhupada.
Not asking for any material gain, just doing as a service to please Krishna.
Absolutely. Prabhupada is quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, and he is saying the quotation from Srila Kapila Dev, which reads as follows: My dear mother, those who are pure devotees and so, my dear mother, those who are my pure devotees and who have no desire for material benefit or philosophical speculation have their minds so much engaged in my service that they're never interested in asking me for anything except to be engaged in that service. Of the pure devotional service is to be completely absorbed in the service of the Lord with no desire for material benefit or philosophical speculation, and to only desire to be engaged in service. So there's absolutely no other ask but to be engaged in service. That is the definition of pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means to be engaged in service of Krishna with the only desire to be engaged in that service and to not have any other material desires. That is pure devotional service. So please make a note of this. This is the first and foremost foundation of our understanding of pure devotional service. Is that okay? Everybody clear on this definition?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you repeat once again, Prabhu, please?
Pure devotional service means to be engaged in, to be favorably engaged in the service of Krishna so as to please him and to have the only desire to be engaged in that service and no other material desire or desire for philosophical speculation. Pure devotional service can be defined as the service rendered to the Lord to please him, favorable service rendered to the Lord to please him, with the only desire to be engaged in that's in such a service, and to not have any other material desires or desires for philosophical speculation. All right?
Prabhu, thank you.
All right. So that's pure devotional service. Now, coming to the characteristics of pure devotional service, I would like you to write down these 5 characteristics of devotional service. Okay? Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laghuta Krit Sudurlabha Sandramda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Akarshani Cha Sa. So these are the 5 characteristics. What are the 5 characteristics? The first one is Kleshagni. Kleshagni means pure devotional service brings relief from all material distress.
Sorry, what did you say? Okay, sorry.
All right. Kleshagni. I've texted that on our Hangout message. Look at it. Kleshagni, relief from all material distress, not service. Okay. Relief from Kleshagni. Everybody okay with Kleshagni?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Kleshagni, Shubhada. 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 Shubhada means all auspicious.
Yes.
Number 2, okay, Shubhada. Kleshagni, Shubhada, all auspicious. Then the third one is Moksh Laghuta Krit. Moksh Laghuta Krit. Okay. Derived conception of liberation. Number 3, Moksh Laghuta Krit. Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksh Laghuta Krit. Okay. And the number 4 is Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha.
Prabhuji, just one quick question. This moksha labhulakrit.
Laghutakrit.
It's
Laghutakrit.
labhutakrit. Is it it's transcendental pleasure?
No, it is, if you read the text I have texted on the message, derive the conception of liberation.
Oh, the right. Okay.
Everybody is able to see the group chat on Hangout?
Yes, Prabhu, we can see that, Prabhu.
Okay. Kanyamadaji, there is a group chat in Hangout. If you look at that, I'm typing the 5 characteristics. Sudurlabha is rarely achieved. All right. Everybody good with Sudurlabha? Sure, there are 6 characteristics. Sudurlabha. Everybody good so far? Sandraanda Visheshatma. Sandraanda, Sandrananda, Ananda, Sandra Ananda Visheshatma means puts one in transcendental pleasure. Sandranda Visheshatma. Number 5. That's number 5. And number 6 is Sri Krishna Akarshani. It's only means to attract Krishna. Alright? So these are the 6 characteristics of pure devotional service. What are the 6 characteristics of pure devotional service? Number 1,
Kleshagni.
Kleshagni.
Kleshagni. What do you mean by that?
Immediate
Relief
relief
from material distress.
desires, distress.
Immediate relief from material distress. Number 2,
Subhada.
Shubhada.
Shubhada. Shubhada.
Shubhada.
What do you mean by Shubhada?
All auspicious.
All auspicious.
Beginning of everything, Shubh. Shubh is auspicious.
Right. Shubha Labha. Shubhada. Auspicious. Number 3,
Moksha Laguta Krita.
Moksha Laghuta Krit. What is the meaning of that?
Derived conception of liberation.
Derive the conception of liberation. Number 4, Sudurlabha. What do you mean by Sudurlabha?
Pure devotional service is rarely achieved.
Rarely achieved. Durlabha. Durlabha means rare. Sudurlabha means very rare. Sudurlabha, very rare, rarely achieved. Number 5,
One in transcendental pleasure.
yes, number 5.
I missed number 5, number 6.
Sundarandra Vivasatma.
Sandrananda Visheshatma.
Sandrananda.
What do you mean by Sandrananda Visheshatma? Puts one in transcendental pleasure. And what is number 6?
Sri Krishna Akasani.
Sri Krishna Akarshani. Sri Krishna Akarshani means only means to attract Krishna. These are the characteristics of pure devotional service. Do you like them?
Yes, Prabhu.
Are you sure?
Yes, Prabhuji, they are very nice, except that it's not happening to us.
Well, the whole purpose of this discussion is to excite us so that we can actually desire to achieve it and we put the effort to achieve it. So it's very rarely achieved. So who grants us pure devotional service?
Krishna will.
Can we get it on our own? Can we get pure devotional service on our own, or like can we
By the
fight
mercy
it?
of mercy of Guru Maharaj and Krishna.
By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, absolutely. And who is the proprietor of pure devotional service?
Krishna.
Radharani.
Oh, Radha.
Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is the proprietor. She is the goddess of bhakti. So actually, Srimati Radharani has to grant us pure devotional service. So Gurudev and Srimati Radharani, these two personalities are actually the ones who will grant us pure devotional service. And it is rarely achieved because one has to become completely pure. No material desire is very difficult. So anyway, the whole idea is by understanding these, look at the characteristics, right? Relief from all material distress. It's all auspicious. Liberation is kept away, rarely achieved, always puts one in pleasure, attracts Krishna. This is the greatest gift, right? So that's the idea of realizing how great pure devotional service is, so that we can all aspire for it. Today we will start with Krishna consciousness is all auspicious. So in a quick nutshell, what is the material distress? Like, what is Srila Prabhupada or Rupa Goswami explaining material distress as? What is the cause of material distress? How pure devotional service gives relief from all material distress? Can someone explain, like, in a really quick summary?
But
Forgetful
that
of Krishna.
old age disease is all material distress.
What is that?
But that old age disease.
Yeah, that is there. But as per our discussion here that we did in the Nectar of Devotion last couple of weeks.
Okay. Oh, Prabhuji, you told us about the Bijam and Prabhata, Prarabdha, Phala, Kuta. All our desires that have manifested and not yet manifested are the cause of distress.
Okay.
And avidya is the root cause of, first you will get the avidya, like,
Okay.
then you will get the bijam seed of desire, then action and reaction.
Okay. Action and reaction. Okay. Good. So avidya, bijam, papam. Both unmanifest papa and manifest papa. And papa refers to as both the desire to sin and the reaction of the sin. Desire to sin, sin, and action of the sin. Reaction of the sin, right? And then it is further explained the four stages or the four kinds of four stages or four kinds of sinful reactions, right? And in that we discussed aprarabdam phalam kutam bijam phalonmukham prameneva praliyate vishnur bhakti atmanam. Right? So according to Padma Purana, we discussed that there are four different kinds of or stages of sin. Aprarabdha phalam. Aprarabdha phalam is sin whose fruit is not yet manifest. Kutam, sin which is silent in the heart, it's hidden. Bijam, bijam is sin that is actually planted as a desire now. And phalonmukham is sin whose fruit manifests as suffering. Right? So these are the four stages of sin. So due to this ignorance and sinful desires and sinful reactions, hidden and manifested, one is undergoing unimaginable amount of material distress. And the funny thing is that we have become so used to material distress, we don't even think anymore it's distress. We think it's life. And we are compromising our situation by staying miserable. Right? So, pure devotional service, it burns to ashes all these sinful reactions, sinful desires, everything is wiped out by devotional service. That's how powerful devotional service is. Everything will be cleansed. Everything will be cleansed. Okay, so today, Krishna consciousness is all auspicious. Who would like to read the first paragraph of this section?
I can read, Prabhuji.
All right. Thank you, Mataji. Please.
Srila Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. He says that actual happiness means welfare activities for all the people of the world. At the present moment, groups of people are engaged in welfare activities in terms of society, community, or nation. There is even an attempt in in the form of the United Nations for World Health activity. But due to the shortcomings of limited nation activities, such a general mass welfare program for the whole world is not practically possible. The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is so nice that it can render the highest benefit to the entire human race. Everyone can be attracted by this movement and everyone can feel the result. Therefore, Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars agree that a board propaganda program for the Krishna consciousness movement of devotional service all over the world is the highest humanitarian welfare activity.
Hare Krishna. What is Prabhupada saying here?
The welfare activities, the best is propagating Krishna consciousness all over the world.
Okay. How?
Because the regular welfare activities is pointing towards the bodily thing, but Krishna conscious welfare activity is a more spiritual nature.
Okay. What else? Why is Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars saying that devotional service is the highest humanitarian welfare activity?
Connects the soul with Krishna, and it can give immediate pleasure to all, Prabhuji. That's what we do.
Connects the soul to Krishna.
And that is the highest welfare activities.
Why is devotional service the highest humanitarian welfare activity?
Because people likes to do humanitarian works, right, Papa? That's why.
No, but why is devotional service humanitarian welfare activity?
Because it relieves you of all material distress.
Okay. No, that is there. But
Because that is the purpose, that's the purpose of human life. That's the goal of human life. So
what is happening is Shubha or auspiciousness is being defined as welfare activity. If welfare is done, so what I was saying, right? Rupa Goswami has given a definition of auspiciousness. He says that actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for all people. Matlab, typically our understanding of auspiciousness is what? If something good happens to me, it is auspicious.
Right.
If I am making profit and somebody else is making loss, it is auspicious. They're really auspicious. You see, our definition of auspiciousness is something good for me. Rupa Goswami is defining auspiciousness as welfare activities for all. You see, And then he's saying welfare activities for all means devotional service. So, is everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Rupa Goswami is giving the definition of Shubhada as Shubhadatvam Shubhani Prinanam Sarva Jagatam Anurakatata Sadguna Sukham Iti Adini Akhyatani Manishivihi. The wise describe the main characteristics of auspiciousness as that which is universally endearing and beneficial, generates saintly behavior, saintly character, and bestows happiness. So, what is the key root of Shubha? Shubha means it has to create happiness and it should be beneficial for all. It's not that Shubha means my Shubh is, I'm worried about my Shubh. For others, whether it is Ashubh or Shubh, I don't care. If it's Shubh for me, it's Shubh. Shubha means it has to be beneficial for everybody. It has to create happiness. That is true auspiciousness. So, and then Prabhupada is saying here that devotional service is the highest welfare activity. Why? Because true happiness can only be generated or experienced when the soul is happy. If the soul is not happy, we see that how so many efforts are going on to help people on a bodily platform, but actually people are suffering miserably. In fact, people who have more money are suffering more than beggars on the street, right? So that is why, because devotional service deals with the soul, the true self. And because devotional service is work of the true self, it is the highest humanitarian activity. Is the highest humanitarian activity. Okay, okay, next paragraph.
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yes.
How the Krishna consciousness movement can attract the attention of the whole world, and how each and every man can feel pleasure in this Krishna consciousness is stated in the Padma Purana as follows. A person who is engaged in full Krishna consciousness is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world and to be pleasing everyone in the world. In addition of human society, is pleasing even trees and animals because they also become attracted by such a movement. A practical example of this was shown by Lord Chaitanya when he was traveling through the forest of Jaharikanda in central India for spreading his Sankirtana movement. The tigers, the elephant, the deer, and all other wild animals joined him and were participating in their own ways by dancing and chanting Hare Krishna.
Haribol. So basically, this is the power of pure devotional service, right? The Krishna consciousness movement is beneficial for all. Everybody can benefit from it. So, His Holiness Bhakti Tit Maharaj. How many of you know who's His Holiness Bhakti Tit Maharaj?
I read about him from.
What did you read about him? Who's he? Satyadra Prabhu, you know Bhakti Swami?
Yes, Prabhuji, I read little bit, and yeah, he is a disciple of Prabhupada. He is the first African American, uh, African sannyasi. He was very powerful and affectionate, and Maharaj really liked him very much. And when he passed away, Maharaj spent couple of days till his last breath, and he has a lot of you know, sincere devotees and disciples all around. And, that much I read, I heard also about him. And, Maharaj lecture in couple of places, plus other devotees also say a lot about him.
And also, I think he asked Maharaj to write his experience as a book also.
Okay.
Gita Nagari is founder.
Okay.
Gita Nagari ki jai.
Continue. Everybody is going good. Yes. Anything else?
Prabhuji also met Nelson Mandela and some great people.
All right.
And
What
also,
else?
in the last, he was the deathbed. Even though it's a lot of pain, but he was crying all the time, not with the pain, like with the ecstasy of listening the kirtan. Everything is.
Okay. What else? Okay, I have something for you here.
So Krishna consciousness is somewhat different in that it gives mankind the oldest spiritual scriptures on the entire planet. This can be historically, linguistically, philosophically proven. The Vedic scriptures are the oldest scriptures. And so therefore, they help to make a person a better Christian, a better Muslim, a better Hindu. And when one becomes better, perfect, he no longer considers himself of any specific demarcated distinction, but he considers himself as a servant of God. When we look at the great scriptures of the world, when you look at the Quran, Muhammad taught in 87:2 that of all the names, the most beautiful names belong to God, so call upon him by them. David taught in Psalms 113 that whoever calls on the name of God, he shall be saved. We find that in Romans it teaches that from the rising of the sun to the setting, one should call on God's name. Buddha taught Amida Buddha that whoever calls on my name, he shall attain paradise. So this calling on God's name has tremendous effect in invoking the presence of the Lord, in invoking the mercy and the benediction of God. So we encourage you to come closer to find out how one can become in a state of consciousness where he is meditating, feeling the Lord's presence every day. Where one is able to understand that this body is simply a garment, just as we change clothes from day to day, that the body is simply being used by the soul. If we develop that genuine understanding, then there's no difficulty in you having a white coat, or he having a red coat, or me having a black coat. These distinctions no longer become such a dominant factor in one's life. Once in Nairobi, one minister of the government came to visit us.
So listen to
And he
this.
said, Swamiji, so what can your society offer? So we were explaining about our Food for Life programs, how we're helping the poor, how we have schools, many projects that are going on all over the world. But I said, but let's be very immediate and specific. Let me take you on a small walk, very small temple. In 5 minutes, I said, so this boy is from Italy.
So please hear this section properly. This is what I wanted to communicate.
This girl is from Spain. This person is from South Africa. White person. This black person is from South Africa. This person from America. So now you tell me one place in Nairobi, one place in Kenya where you can say you have this kind of variegatedness and people understand due to his knowledge of tribal problems, racial problems, etc. So we are showing what is possible, and we are humbly and submissively willing to offer that to help to solve some of the seemingly unsolvable problems in this world. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. How did you like that?
Very nice.
Very powerful.
Powerful, huh? Very powerful. Bhaktivedanta Maharaj is a very powerful leader, actually. The kind of impact he had on several leaders and so many people, it's amazing. So how here Bhaktivedanta Maharaj is actually explaining. So he is preaching in South Africa, and the leader there is asking, okay, how is your movement helping the society? So then Bhaktivedanta Maharaj is saying that, so, and then he brings him to the Hare Krishna temple, and in the Hare Krishna temple he sees there is people, somebody from South Africa, somebody from Europe, somebody from America, somebody from India, all working together. And then he says, where actually you will find such a unity, right? Why? Because it is actually at the level of soul. This is real United Nations. Right? People would say that the way United Nations function is more countries join and there are more flags. Right? So there are more flags. How are we uniting? United means there's only one flag of Krishna. Right? So here we see that how the human society, how by Krishna consciousness, not only people from different nationalities, but also people from different species, the souls from different species are all working together happily. Right? So look at the funny thing in today's world, right? So funny, just imagine, okay? If you go to the grocery shops today, there is a big section or a good amount of section for food for pets. And an average household in America is spending so much money on pets who are animals, right? So animals have become a part of our life now, isn't it? In fact, I usually mention this, that how when Ramanand was born, so then I was telling one of my co-workers, American co-workers, that okay, I've got a baby boy now. So then he was asking, okay, what's your family? So I said, okay, I have a girl and now I have a boy. So then he said, all you need is one pet and then your family will be complete. Right? So that is the definition of an American family today. Everybody has to have a pet. Pets have become a part of life. People are spending tons and tons of money on pets. But look at the funny thing, right? While on one hand, people are willing to spend so much money on their pets, on the other hand, nobody even thinks that actually they're eating a cow every day. On their dining table in the refrigerator, there is flesh of a cow. And then in the same home, there is another pet on whom they're spending their hard-earned money. Right? So this kind of a disparity or this kind of a complete, ignorance of being so partial, right? Being so partial for one animal and then being so loving to one animal and then being so cruel to another animal, right? So that is the funny thing about this today's day and age. But what Krishna consciousness does is it actually creates unity. All the animals can live happily. We don't want to kill anybody, right? So in fact, interestingly enough, in our farm in Vada, we have cows, and then somebody was some conversation happened, and then Maharaj decided to also bring a donkey. And so there's a couple donkeys who are actually also in the farm. Because some people were thinking, some Americans were thinking that you Krishna conscious people are only worshipping cows. What about other animals? So then donkeys were God, dogs were God, goats were God. So everybody is there in our farm in Vada. In Vrindavan, there is everybody. Or if you see, Krishna is always with animals. Peacocks, deers,
Monkeys.
cows, monkeys. Everybody is there, right? So this is the Krishna consciousness. In addition to human society, such a devotee is pleasing even the trees, even the trees, even the trees. So it's not just animals, it's the trees also. Today, people are so selfish that they ruthlessly cut trees for money. Like we see here in Pittsburgh, there used to be so much nice farmland, nice forest, and now everything is being cut because people want to build houses. Right? And Srila Prabhupada, once actually he was going to Dallas. He arrived to the Dallas temple, and there used to be a wonderful tree in the temple. And then somebody cut this tree, and Prabhupada became so furious. He said, "Where is this tree? Who cut the tree? Who made the decision to cut this tree? What are you guys? You don't understand." Prabhupada was mad. Why? Because just some tree was cut. So the vision of a devotee is a devotee sees everybody in harmony with each other, including the trees, because everything has a place, right? I was seeing this video. Somebody sent the video on WhatsApp that how they show that in the beginning there is all nice trees, forest, animals living, human beings living together. Human being comes in, he cuts the trees. And then after he cuts the trees, then there is no oxygen. So now he has to put oxygen tank to breathe. Right? So this is the thing. So that's why Padma Purana is saying here, a person who's engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world and to be pleasing everyone in the world. In addition to human society, he is pleasing even the trees and animals because they also become attracted by such a movement. All right? Any questions? Hare Krishna. Okay. Who can read the next paragraph?
I can read.
I will read, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead.
Wait, Mataji, you can. Okay, Prabhu, I will read, Prabhu. Furthermore, a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, acting in devotional service, all the good qualities that are generally found in the demigods. It is said by Sukadeva Goswami in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter, verse 12. My dear king, person who have unflinching faith in Krishna and are without any duplicity can develop all the good qualities of the demigods. On account of the devotee's high grade of Krishna consciousness, even the demigods like to live with him, and therefore it can be understood that the qualities of the demigods are developed within his body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Powerful, huh? Powerful. A devotee becomes attractive, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometimes, when some senior devotees or some sadhus they come, we all become attracted to them, right? We don't feel like leaving them. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, true.
Right? Like when Gaurang Prabhu or Rohini Prabhu or Govind Prabhu or Vrindavan Prabhu or Dwarkadish Prabhu or, what to talk about, devotees like Radhanath Maharaj and Barsana Maharaj. But when these devotees come, we just like to hang around with them, we like to be with them, we like to hear from them. There is in fact literally a fight. When devotees come, there's almost a fight amongst devotees that who will host them, who will serve them, who will drive them, right? So there is, everybody's like, mujhe seva karna hai. Right? Rathayatra Prabhu, am I speaking correct?
Yes, Prabhuji. I have a question here, Prabhuji. Go ahead. That is true, Prabhuji. Yes.
Right. So devotees are attractive. We want to be with them because they have developed good qualities. Even demigods want to be with them. There's a natural, byproduct of being Krishna conscious. It's very, very important actually. The devotees, they develop good qualities. All right?
Prabhuji, I have a question here.
Okay.
Here it says we have unflinching faith in Krishna and without any duplicity. So whether those two things can go together, and is duplicity means hidden desire or something like that? Can you throw some light on that?
No, so together, right? They go together. Unflinching faith means one has total faith in Krishna. Total faith. That Krishna is going to take care of me. Krishna is there. Krishna is there. Krishna is there. He's a person. Right? Unflinching faith in Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, the protector of the devotees. And duplicity means to have something in heart and then to show something else. That is duplicity. Right? I could be totally fallen and then I show myself as a very advanced person.
So they don't go together, no, Prabhuji. So I mean, the way it is written, they go together. But if somebody is having unflinching faith, he should not have any duplicity.
Right. So it's mentioned here, right? Who have unflinching faith in Krishna and are without any duplicity. Right? So they go together. Unflinching faith and without duplicity. All right? Okay, next paragraph. Rathayatra Prabhu, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Prabhuji, Mataji wanted to read after that.
Yeah, Mataji wants to read.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. On the other hand, a person who is not in Krishna consciousness has no good qualities. He may be highly educated from the academic point of view, but in the actual field of his activities, he can be seen to be baser than the animals. Even though a person is highly educated academically, if he cannot go beyond the sphere of material activities, then he is sure to perform only material activities and thus remain impure. There are so many persons in the modern world who have been highly educated in the materialistic universities, but it is seen that they cannot take up the more consciousness and develop the high qualities of the demigods.
Yeah. So basically, yasyasti bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarver gunastavasamasate sura harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena shato dhavato hi bahi. One who is not engaged in devotional service is simply controlled by his mind. Mental activities, mind, manorath. So when one is seated on the chariot of Manorath, directed by mind, then one is simply in trouble. Such a person doesn't build any good qualities because he's engaged only in material activities. And material activities, they simply drive us down under the influence of the five anarthas: kama, krodha, lobha, moha, and matsarya. So there's no way that actually without Krishna consciousness, somebody can develop good qualities, because sooner or later that person will be pulled down by the pullings. So sometimes academically also people may be very advanced, but then if they are not going beyond the mental activities, then they will be pulled down, because it's just a matter of time. We have seen that again and again, again and again. Like we see Kamsa was such a powerful person, right? Very advanced. Kamsa was very advanced. But then to protect himself, he was killing little children, right? Hiranyakashipu was very advanced, very knowledgeable, but he did not hesitate to kill his own son Prahlad, right? So that's the thing. All right, next para.
For example, a Krishna conscious boy, even if he is not very well educated by the university standard, can immediately give up all illicit sex life, gambling, meat eating, and intoxication. Whereas those who are not in Krishna consciousness, although very highly educated, are often drunkards, meat eaters, sex mongers, and gamblers. These are practical proofs of how a Krishna conscious person becomes highly developed in good qualities, whereas a person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. We experience that even a young boy in Krishna consciousness is unattached to cinemas, nightclubs, naked dance shows, restaurants, liquor shops, etc. He becomes completely freed. He saves his valuable time from being extravagantly spent in the way of smoking, drinking, attending the theater, and dancing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Prabhupada is talking very straightforward here, right? So Prabhupada is saying that even a simple person who is actually Krishna conscious is able to lead a disciplined life. Any questions on this? Next para.
So basically, Prabhuji, these are all like Srimad Bhagavatam verses, Padma Purana verses put together by Rupa Goswami to bring the points.
Yes.
Same way Sandarbhas also goes. He puts all Bhagavatam verses together to deliver the point.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Next paragraph. Who would like to read? Tanya Mataji, would you like to read?
Prabhuji, I'm downstairs. I'm giving breakfast
Okay.
here, but I'm listening.
I can
Sure.
read, Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji, please.
One who is not in Krishna consciousness usually cannot sit silently even for half an hour. The yoga system teaches that if you become silent, you will realize that you are God. The system may be all right for materialistic persons, but how long will they be able to keep themselves silent? Artificially, they may sit down for so called meditation, but immediately after their yogic performance, they will engage themselves again in such activities as illicit sex life, gambling, meat eating, and many other nonsensical things. But a Krishna conscious person gradually elevates himself without endeavoring for this so called silent meditation. Simply because he is engaged in Krishna consciousness, he automatically gives up all this nonsense and develops a high character. One develops the highest character by becoming a pure devotee of Krishna. The conclusion is that no one can truly have any good qualities if he is lacking Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna. So, why do you think Prabhupada is talking about these good qualities, bad qualities in this section of Krishna consciousness is all auspicious? Yes.
It will be again say this is a transcendental platform. If you are not Krishna consciousness, you will be in the mode either you will be the highest is a mode of goodness. We will be acting in a mode of goodness. We are doing good to society, but still we are in the ignorance. We are the body. We are the control, like in the modes of material nature. But when we are acting pure devotional service, we are in a transcendental position beyond this mode of three modes. So it is all auspicious.
Prabhu, it also showing that what all people are resorting to find happiness, and in spite of all that, they are still miserable because they don't know how to find true happiness. They're in a constant chase of one thing after the other, hoping that that will give them happiness.
Yeah. So what is happening here is that Shubhada, right? Kleshagni Shubhada, auspiciousness. So auspiciousness is invoked when there is happiness. Auspiciousness relates to happiness and welfare work. And welfare work externally welfare work means people associate that with philanthropic activities, right? Or with advancement of the material civilization. We think advancement of material civilization is auspicious. But Prabhupada is clarifying here that actually true welfare work is spreading Krishna consciousness. And pure devotional service is the heart of Krishna consciousness. One who's engaging in pure devotional service is the greatest welfare worker. And he is creating auspiciousness. Right? So pure devotional service is nothing more auspicious, nothing more shubh in our lives than to engage in pure devotional service. So sometimes we tell people that simply chanting Hare Krishna is the perfection. So many times we engage in all kinds of ritualistic activities, all kinds of puja, part, this, that. But actually, if we to have total faith simply by chanting Hare Krishna, everybody is satisfied, everybody. Yata taror mool nisechanena tripyanti yat skanda bhujo pushaka pranopahara chayatendriyana sartataiva sarvaranamachyuteja. Simply by watering the root of the tree, the leaves, twigs, branches, everybody is nourished. Similarly, simply by serving Krishna, entire world is served. If you have faith, and with that faith we engage in devotional service, we become the greatest welfare worker, right? Like His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, when he was standing at the border of India and Pakistan, asking to enter the country, India, he was begging. He said, please let me in. I will do some good to the people of your country someday. Right? And then when he entered in, what did he do? He did not start some welfare movement. he just was extremely focused to attain pure devotional service. And for many years, he was just engaging in humble, menial, pure devotional service to the spiritual master. And as a result of that, today he is inspiring huge amount of welfare activities, even from a materialistic platform. When Srila Prabhupada entered America, right, at that time, 1965, vegetarianism, the word did not exist in the dictionary here, right? But today, 50 years later, vegetarianism, veganism has become extremely common. So that is the power of a pure devotee to help uplift the consciousness of the world. Srila Prabhupada was asked by the city of Chicago that how can you help us reduce crime? Prabhupada said very easy. Give me one big hall and give me lots of supply of food. Prabhupada said all we will do is we will do chanting of Sankirtan morning and evening and distribute Prashadam. Prabhupada said, and I guarantee you that crime rate will come down. Because by simply chanting and partaking Krishna Prasad, one's consciousness becomes pure. One's consciousness becomes pure. One does not want to act in sinful activities. So this is the power of a pure devotee. This is the power of pure devotional service. Alright, so pure devotional service is all auspicious. So when we are engaging, we must know that actually there is nothing more auspicious than pure devotional service. So with that, we conclude the second piece. Pure devotional service is all auspicious. Any questions or comments? Next week, we will complete this. Next week, actually, we will be having Rohini Priya Prabhu here in Pittsburgh. So we will actually ask Prabhuji to speak on this, right? On our hangouts. Mani Prabhu, are you there? Yeah. 2 minutes. Ma'am, I'll help him. Yes, any questions, comments?
No problem.
Mani Prabhu, so next week, please make sure that our hangout is part of the Saturday morning program and that we do this. Mani Prabhu is hearing or not hearing, I don't know, but I've spoken.
Thanks, Prabhu, for that. Nice, Prabhu.
Yeah, nectar of devotion is so nice, Prabhu. Very nice.
Yes, it is actually indeed nectar, isn't it? Actually, what Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas have given us. We're so fortunate. So we have a long way to go, actually, if you see this book. These many pages.
Prabhuji, I don't have this book. Do you have another copy that I can get?
I should have. Let me look into it.
Okay.
But when I'm showing this book like this, what I'm saying is there's lots of nectar in here. So we're all fortunate, and let us deep dive into this ocean, take full advantage. I very much look forward to our Saturday morning discussions, and want to thank all the devotees for kind participation, enthusiastic participation. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Madhuri.
One thing, Prabhu, next week when Rohini Priya Prabhu comes, like when if at all, if possible, if you have a mic that goes on to his collar, that will work fine, Prabhu, because the last previous time, whenever we hear to lectures, the audio doesn't come out good, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. All right. Remind whoever is setting up. I think mostly Manipur will be setting up, but I'll remind him as well. But yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
Jai Ho. Thank you, everybody. Please. So 9th is Narasimha Chaturdashi, appearance of Day of Lord Narasimhadev. Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would read every day pastime of Narasimhadev, Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruva Maharaj. Very, very important. So the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam has the entire pastime of Narasimhadev Prahlad Maharaj. So I'd like to request all the devotees to please read 7th canto in the next few days to prepare our consciousness for greeting the Lord. Very powerful pastime, right? So let us all take shelter of Narasimhadev and derive a lot of enthusiasm and faith, in praying to the Lord, taking shelter of the Lord. And what is the key thing of the entire episode? The key thing is faith of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, faith in Krishna, how he was remembering, right? So let us pray and cultivate. Very, very rich canto. This pastime is really, if we read this one canto, our life will not be the same.
Baby, get ready.
Our life will not be the same. Okay, thank you very much. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananti koti vaishnav vrind ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji? Shyam Sundar Prabhuji, there?